What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another one. I greatly appreciate you for clicking on this one. I got a little bit of a Diablo 4 video, just a short one, just kind of going over the build that I found works for me, and it might just be superior. I don't know. I haven't looked at any other builds. I haven't looked at any builds with any characters, so this was just me messing around, trying to figure out what would work, what wouldn't work, and this is just, like I said, my build that I found worked for me. So I kind of want to go over that with you guys. I'm level 57 right now. So there's that. That has no relevant information anyways. So this is a work in progress. This is absolutely a work in progress. I'm not where I want to be. I know there's better gear out there. Absolutely. But as of right now, this is the build for Rogue. I feel like I'm not a professional Diablo player. I don't do builds. You know, I'm not that guy. I don't do that stuff. But once I came across this build that I've been working on, I can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it, right? So we got the barrier. So this is protection. When hit, while not healthy, a magical bubble is summoned around you for 4.0 seconds. While standing in the bubble, players are immune. You can only occur every 90 seconds. So here you got protection for you and your friends if you need it. Obviously every 90 seconds. So it's a little, you know, but it still helps. So this could be tweaked with something else. But as of right now, this is great for solo, because it gives you that extra bonus. And then we got the chest piece. Now all these vary. Like obviously 4 seconds. I had one that did the same thing, but it was only for 3 seconds. So they vary for the amount of time. And damage in this. Damaging an elite enemy grants you a barrier absorbing up to 3,071 damage for 10 seconds. This effect can only happen every 30 seconds. So this is very specific with elite enemies, but I feel like that's when you need it the most. So like if you're in a dungeon doing a nightmare sigil or a nightmare dungeon and you're doing that, this is great because most of the time you're going to need that shielding and that barrier when you're fighting against an elite or a champion. Although it says elite specifically, so either way, you know. Now this can also be switched out, but as of right now, this is great. And then this right here, this is the best one I can tell you for damage. All right, Flurry is one of the best abilities for the rogue. I feel like it is. If you're not running it, I don't know what you're doing. Especially with this. Flurry damages enemies in a circle around you and deals 10% increased damage. So, like, you add this with Frost, and I'll go over the skill points in a second, but you add this with Frost, dude, you're freezing everyone around you, man. Everyone. So that gives you free hits, right? So this also varies. I do have, I believe I still have it. So, like, that was 10%. Hang on. I know I have one here. I know I do. Where is it? Right here. 28% damage. So the reason I'm saving this, right? And as you can see, I have another barrier here. That's the less damage, but the reason I'm not doing the aspect now is because I want to use these. And I don't want to put it on a piece of junk, like piece of junk armor that's not at its full capacity. So here's another one. So let's go to the pants. Each stack of the momentum key passive heals you for 38 life per second. Okay. So what does, let me get out of this. Let me go back down here. We'll wait. So what does that mean? So momentum, right? Cutthroat skills gain a stack of momentum for 8 seconds if they're either dazed, stunned, or frozen, right? And then this increase 30% increased energy regeneration and damage reduction and movement speed. But solely we're looking on the energy regeneration for the flurry. Now flurry, I got each flurry damage is a crowd control or vulnerable enemy. You are healed for 1% of your maximum life, 22, up to 12% maximum life. So with that, you can start going, man. You can just go with it, and it does so much damage compared to like this. I wasn't gonna go the archer route. I'm not crazy about it. I like to be up close and personal. This I tried. You could probably do some sick things with this. I haven't looked too much into it because I haven't found that one piece, and that's what this is. Once you find one piece, it could change your whole build. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for right now. I'm trying to, see what we can do. So that is the gloves. Like I showed you, we have a better one, but this is just for like Garbo kind of thing. Like it's not the best armor we can get. And then so we got the healing, right? We got the healing from that, and the cutthroat ability is going to be the flurry. So each time we hit a flurry, we get healed for 38 life per second. So you can, and here's the thing, you can have this bubble, right? You can have this barrier when you're facing an elite, and you can still do that damage. You're not getting touched. You're good. You're solid. These are just normal boots. These were better than the ones I had. So I went with the power armor over the abilities, and I'm not putting anything on it yet because I'm not quite ready to dedicate these pieces to them, because these are more better. Like you heal 9 life per second for each close-up enemy, up to 116 life per second. That's awesome healing, right? So there's that. The bow, when you break stealth, when you break stealth with an attack, you drop a cluster of exploding stun grenades around your location that deal 3,776 total physical damage and stun enemies. So now you're stunning and you're freezing, right? How can you go wrong with that? Free hits, right? Now let's say what I normally do is I use the concealment to break stealth, but I use it right in front of my enemy. So like I'll use that to take like a second to heal or to, figure out what move I'm gonna do next. And then I'll break concealment and I'll do that physical damage. And then I can, like, if I'm running low on energy, that's when I use concealment. Because concealment also brings up, where's it at? Where's that? Show me the money. Show me the money. You gain 40 energy when you enter concealment. So like that's 40 right there. Easy. Now this amulet. This amulet has been my favorite alt to use in this game so far, from what I've seen. And then also you got these like side, like this will gain 2 ranks of penetrating shots, all that stuff. I don't worry about that too much. I try to get as much healing as I can, but with this piece, this amulet, your rain of arrows is always imbued with all imbuements at once. So what that does is it just like a arrow barrage, technically, right? And then that also gains 2 for each. I have one in my chest here that only does 1 rank. This does 2. So, and after I go through all the armor, I will show you an example of how broken it is. So then we also have this ring. Your imbuement skills effects have 22% increased potency against vulnerable enemies. Um, I know I'm always making things vulnerable. What is that from? I forgot what that's from. Yes, the flurry. I forgot. If flurry hits any vulnerable enemies, it will make all enemies hit by that cast vulnerable for 3 seconds. So you're hitting that with this, so you're also getting more freeze damage. This is just one I just kept on here. This could go easily either way. This is not important. This is one of the better rings I found. And then the dagger. So I went the route of puncture with this, because your marksman skills have a 10% chance to create an arrow storm at enemy's location, dealing 1000 physical damage for over 3 seconds. You can have up to 5 active arrow storms. That's just additional damage. And with this dagger, 9.1% to frozen enemies. And I always try to find right now I'm just in the phase of the best power level. That's where I'm at. And then we got this other dagger. When casting an imbuement skill, you trigger an imbuement explosion around yourself, applying the imbuement effects and dealing 650 damage of the same type. So frost, right? So that is the build right now. I find it to be really good. And like I said, you can replace some of these parts like this. You could probably find a better barrier, but that's kind of what I'm rocking with right now. So there should be, you know what? Let's not quest, no. Do I have a tier 1? I don't have that unlocked. I don't have that. It's the same thing. Tier 4. Now, with this build, I can go from tier 1 to 5 solo. I don't know which one to do. I'll just show you, to keep the video a little bit shorter. We'll just go over here. There should be a world event. So this build is mostly crowd control. Very crowd control heavy. What just happened? So that gives me a little distance. Right? What do we gotta do? Like, you see, you're getting the area behind you too. And then you got the ult right there. Now, what could be better would be the energy regeneration. You could work on that a bit. But like I said, this is a work in progress. This is what I found to work the best as of right now. And then you got the freeze with the trap, creating distance, all of that. Now you're making them vulnerable. I mean, you just keep spamming it, man. Get crazy with it. As you can see, we're not dying. We got the bubble there. Out of concealment, you stun them. Now, unfortunately, in that scenario, we're still alive, though, right? Pop an ult. I mean, it's just so much damage. Now, keep in mind, these enemies are 1 level higher than me. Wait, are they? No, they're not. I lied. I am frozen. Oh, man. I'm frozen again. I do need a second evade though. That's what I do need. But as you can see, we survived the decent amount. And it's just straight damage, man. That's what it is. That's what I found to work the most right now. Obviously, like I said, I'm still tweaking it. But this ult right here, man, I can't do it. Wait, yes I can. This right here looks so cool. You got the poison, you got the shadow, and then you got the frost. It's so cool, man. But let me know what you guys think of the build. If you try it, let me know how it works. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more Diablo 4 content, drop a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, have a blessed one.